Good day and welcome to a new video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe! Heyo and welcome to Weekly Tips, where I'm going to be putting some sense in your tip jar. Heyo and welcome today. Today I am talking about improving your shading. So I'm Daniel, I do a lot of shading in my work. I'm always got characters to deal with, putting the characters in different situations, all sorts of things, and I understand what it takes to improve on your shading. um, when you're starting off, this is kind of a thing you think about because it's like the next step from drawing, taking your drawing and then shading it on top, to make it pop, to make it seem like it's actually in the scene, and things like that. Usually, with Photoshop, I start off with a grey background to draw on and paint on, because this is going from, grey to black rather than white to black. One extreme to the other extreme, you're going from the mid-ground to the next shade up. So it's really helpful to just start in the mid-tones. And then from there, I usually do like a three-tonal study, of my object or character or whatever, using three tones. So white, the background color, which is grey, or black. And if you do want to do it, you can do it that way, with going from white to grey, but that's up to you. I mean, my method is doing it that way, so you've got the grey as the background color, and that's just the way I do it. It saves me from doing, from painting grey. I paint white and black. I don't have to paint grey because it's already there. But you could do it the other way around with having the white background, but that's up to you. I find it way easier to actually start off with grey. It's helpful. And I think about where my light source is coming from. So obviously the light source is coming from this way and it's hitting here, so this means this patch is white. This is going to be the darkest tones, and that's going to be the shadow. That's going to be the mid-tone. And that's a simple way. It's great to get in your head a simple way of how it's going to look, and then on top of that you can actually shade it in properly. Obviously it may not be as white as that, because if you look at nature, you don't see a lot of things that when it's in light, when light is hitting it, it goes white. There are a few objects that do go white, but not many. So, think about how light it actually is going. It might not be that white. It might actually be quite grey. Sorry about that. Quite grey to start off with. Start off like, it probably might start off about there. Lightest light you'll ever get on this object. And understanding that does help a lot, and things like that. And the same with your blacks as well. With your shadows, they may not be that dark, and here too, they may not be that dark. But it depends on your situation, because if you're in a basement with a flickery light, you might have exaggerated lights and darks that make things pop a bit more and make things seem a bit darker and a bit more scarier. If you're outside in the sun playing with your ball or things like that, the shading of that would be quite mellowed out. It wouldn't be as dark as sitting in a bottom of a basement with just a small lamp. And painting those different scenes can be very helpful as well, going from one extreme to the other, understanding how those work and those situations work. That's will help you improve your shading tenfold. So yeah, and also trial different methods as well. There's different methods in shading, like there's using line, using dots, and simple shading as well. So, you know, with line there's cross hatching. So cross hatching, you know, is basically lines, and then, you know, the closer they are, the more shaded it is. The further away, the less shaded it is, the more light it is, you know. Same with dots, you know, dots get closer and closer. Obviously it's dark there, for they are further away, and smaller, it's obviously is quite bright there. And these can work in different situations. Textures, paints, all sorts of situations, and they can work very well as well. But just learning these methods and different techniques, it can help dramatically as well. Like just trying different things, even if it doesn't go in your work, like you're not going to use it much in your work, it does help just to learn them, trial them out, and, you know, trial using different techniques to solve your problems. Keep your mind open to learn new things, basically. Hopefully you did learn something today. You know, I only have so long to on these weekly tips to give you something new. Hopefully you did learn something. Feel free to let me know down in the comments what, if you did learn something, what you do to improve your shading. Is this a thing you struggle with? Anything like that, I appreciate it if you do leave a comment. Thanks for coming into this video, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.